Today we're going to look at the best way to find new altcoins to yield farm. I like to do this for two simple reasons. One, obviously to potentially get a better opportunity for yield, and two, if you're looking to build up bags of altcoins for bull runs and obviously better position yourself, this is probably my key way of how I go about it. So first things first, apologise for the lighting. I'm in Ireland. Weather is absolutely shocking out at the moment, so no matter what I do, I can't get lighting set up in the room. So yeah, apologise to that. So first things first, we're over here on VFAT. You know, this is my go-to platform for yield farming, and is pretty much my go-to platform again for looking for different altcoins on different chains and seeing potential value, I suppose, in them. So what I tend to do here is, if we quickly go over, you have farms, I go through filtering, and all I do is potentially pick a specific chain. So what we're going to do is quickly pick base, and from that it's going to give us a list of all the kind of different pools are on the base chain. So again, remembering what we're doing here, we're approaching from two different ways. We're looking to yield farm our altcoins for the bull run, but the key thing here is we're not really paying attention to APRs. We're not looking to build this into our overall systems. We're more so looking to build bags and potentially position ourselves at relatively lower cost. So with that, you jump over here, and what happens here is you can see a lot of different tokens. Now, some of these are going to be absolutely pure rubbish straight off the bat. However, what's going to happen is you will find potential opportunities. So you have tokens, and especially with the weekly rewards, pay attention to that, because if you see there's a large weekly reward incentive on it, this could mean it could have either one, a strong community behind it that's willing to support it, or two, as could also have just whales looking to pump up the APRs and potentially rug things like that. So there are two things you have to be 100% aware of and understand what it is. So if you can go through here, you can see all the different positions. You can see some of these are obviously super low TVLs. APRs obviously are extremely high, and weekly rewards are high enough in comparison to TVL. Again, as I said, just quickly go through this. You start to see some ones pop out. So for example, this one, AVNT, 16,000 in TVL, again super low. However, the weekly rewards are really, really high. So is this something that you would look into and potentially do a deeper dive on it? So what I'm going to do here is AVNT. We're going to jump over here to CoinGecko, and hopefully to see does it actually come up on it. So you see here it is listed, and with that I'm going to try and see, can I bring this light into the entire video because it's a bit bright hopefully on the eyeballs. Yeah, so hopefully you can see here a breakdown of this token. So AVNT price, again, this is going to allow you to do a deeper dive on it. Now for me, I don't necessarily go through CoinGecko. As I said, I come across different coins when I'm actually looking at different yield farming opportunities. So this is a prime example of where this could be worth to look into, dive a bit more into, see what you think of it. So again, if we open up here and if we quickly try and go down to wherever the information is on his website, hang on, bear with me. No, I know it's here somewhere. So, right, so it doesn't have a website, has a Twitter account. So again, potentially this may not be something that you'd be looking at. Obviously being super cautious about links and stuff like that. So here's, I think the website is loading up. Again, it goes into, so you could double check obviously who they're following, who it's following. I absolutely hate seeing accounts do this, following only 29 and 75,000 followers. Again, personally I just don't like it, because I think the account is not engaging with the community, and you know, at least write your own bio. So this to me is just going through it. Again, nothing to do with this platform or project or whatever it's all about. Again, it just gives you an idea. You check out their website. Again, it allows you to kind of dive a bit deeper into it. Now the key thing here is to remember is you wouldn't necessarily, well for me, I wouldn't have found this unless I went through the likes of yield farming, and potentially, as I said, this is a key way to kind of see, is there one, new tokens coming out. This could be just a brand new position that's opened up as well, but again, it allows you to see different tokens. So that's pretty much the very first way you can do it. Obviously we can go over again to SwapX. Again, shout out to SwapX, official sponsors of the entire series. So what we want to do here again is just seeing what kind of positions are open up. Now obviously we're looking at the Sonic chain here at the moment, and Sonic chain at this moment in time is a little bit down and out. We've been down, we've been pushed down, we've been a bit battered around the place, but look, I know from crypto everything goes up, everything comes down, and it's just a topsy-turvy constant way of doing it. So With that in mind, you're doing a similar enough process here. You're going through different positions and you're seeing what changes. Now, I know straight off the bat here, there hasn't much happened in the entire Sonic space in terms of new kind of protocols, new tokens launching, things like that. So I know straight away there's not going to be many options here. However, as I said, it's worth to go through it again. Look at TVLs, look at volume, because you're going to start seeing things that maybe start to stand out. But even at that, if you're coming to it, again, it's just a good way to kind of see different tokens. So again, you might look at OS, the Origin Sonic token. You might think, okay, what's that? Or again, what's the eggs token? Allows you to do a deeper dive into it. And again, understanding what it is, how it can potentially build out, and what are they doing different. So that is one of the key ways. And I also use Beefy. I think I've said this before, but Beefy are excellent at bringing in new projects very quickly, bringing in new chains especially. So if we jump over here to the Hyper, again, you're going to start to see opportunities. So you can see some of these positions here. So you have U-Pump and Wrapped Hype. I think it's Wrapped Hype. I'm not 100% sure if that's the way it's done, but you have obviously VFAT and Wrapped Hype. Again, these are potential obviously memes or whatever, but again, it's just some way to kind of see how they can do. Now, as I said already at the beginning of this, I'm not looking to yield farm these to fit into my overall plans and my strategies. And I discussed this in my own groups. If you're interested in joining, link should be in the description. What I'm doing is I'm accepting people into it for free at this moment in time. So if you're interested in getting into it for free, let me know in the comments and we try and work something out to get you into it. Free for life. But the key thing here to remember is what I'm trying to do is yield farm positions that are not necessarily going to fit into my overall long-term plan. This is just something to see, can it kind of build out an altcoins, I suppose, for a potential bull market, a bull run. And the key thing here is if I can do this through yield farming and kind of preserve some of my own capital. And the way I look at this is if I get into this one, for example, now, it's going to get me 228%. I may put in 500 euros, 1,000 euros into this. Now, I have two options. Option one, you spend 1,000, you get straight into the position. That's it. It's done and dusted. You walk away. Price goes up and down. Option two is I can yield farm, put in 1,000 euros into it, and this can yield farm and can fluctuate up and down in price. But the key thing here is you're going to be earning fees, which can potentially, obviously, in this instance, Beefy, you can compound these rewards, and over time, what's going to happen is going to increase your overall bag and pretty much end you up in a similar position with the same amount of money, or a stronger position, apologies, with the same amount of money. So that is key there. Also, another way I suppose I do it is good old Twitter or X. So make sure you follow me on X. I've been a bit quiet on it for the last couple of weeks, jumping head first back into it now again. But the key thing here is you will come across things and you will come across groups and people are talking about different things, and it's definitely something that you really want to kind of be familiar with and start to build out kind of a group of people that you kind of talk to, interact with, engage with, because more people you engage with and more people you connect with is the potential opportunity to get it into tokens early, obviously when they're launching. Like I mentioned, I do use CoinGecko. I use CoinGecko to kind of get an overview of this, so what's trending, top gainers. Again, I'm not looking for these to jump in to potentially get massive gains. Something's up 300%. I'm not buying it because I know we're going to have a pullback. However, I'm going to keep an eye on it to see what's the reason, why do people buy it, and potentially be prepared for either when the price pulls back to enter yield farm position or to potentially build up an altcoin position and again. So these are some of the key, I suppose the key ways I do it. And last but not least, I use DeFiLlama. I suppose the main thing with DeFiLlama is it's not super up to date with pools, liquidities, positions. However, what tends to happen is anything gets added to it has a bit more of a test of time, I suppose, with it. So it is a good way to get kind of a brief overview of each chain, see what's hot, what's not hot, and especially you see the likes of these things where opportunities for the likes of airdrops, providing liquidity, things like that, Incentivized. You can get to see that on DeFiLlama. But again, it's another key platform you should be using as part of your entire crypto journey portfolio or toolkit. So yeah, that's pretty much it. With that, I'm going to leave it there. Again, if you're interested in joining the group for free, let me know in the comments. I'll try and get a link sorted and sent to you. Might be going back and forth a little bit to try and get that sorted, but definitely want to try and build out this community a bit bigger. But ideally, I'm only going to be accepting a few people into a free because I want to keep them people engaged and interested in obviously in the group. Again, let me know below. So look, we're going to leave it there. Thanks very much for watching, and hope everyone has a great day.